Why do you talk so harsh? Because that's how you break the rock. It is a requirement for a Jew to believe in the punishment of Gehenom, thereby believing in the punishment of chibut hakever, kafakela, all of the horrible things. Why does everybody have to listen to it, follow it, engrave it into their heart? Because our desires, our commitment to sins, our passion for the wrong thing has turned our hearts into stone. Sometimes a stone heart for one sin, sometimes for a life of sins. But nonetheless, a heart of stone. And the only way to break that stone is with something violent. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu in His mercy says, I'm going to divinely inspire, to give prophecies, to give teachings, insights, all across all spectrums of the Torah. They give you the details of punishment, of what happens after this life is over in this world. The reincarnation into animals, reincarnation into rocks, reincarnation into cats, like we reported in the story today. Reincarnation of a Jew into a Gentile body. Reincarnation of all types of strange things. Kafakela of having a neshama destroyed in such a fashion that its only hope is to escape the destructive angels and enter into another human being, just to park there for long enough time to avoid suffering just for a few moments, called a dibuk. To have a new role in the world, instead of serving Hashem by doing mitzvot, serving Hashem by being a demon and torturing people in nightmares and all types of other strange things. Why do the teachers we have, our holy sages, our prophets, why do they talk about all this? Because the only way to break that rock, to make the metal explode, learn about what happened to others that went against Hashem and ended up in Gehenom. And what HaKadosh Baruch Hu did to those women that walked around with their chest sticking out, and tight clothes, and lips puckered. Learn from the prophet Isaiah that saw Gehenom with his own eyes, and how those very same women were hanging by those body parts in Gehenom. Learn what happened to all those men that ignored the teachings of Kedusha and wasted seed, and therefore had to hang by their male members. And even the ones that didn't sin as much still had to have special angels have a spiritual surgery on that male member once they already arrived in the real world, to remove all of the rust, spiritual rust that desecrated their brit, because they didn't finish their tshuva, they didn't do the tikkunim. So there has to be something. Learn about all of those horrific stories of kafakela, horrific midrashim that talk about chibut hakever. Learn those scary stories of what happened in Sodom and Gomorrah and the Tower of Babel. Learn what happened at the time of Noach and how Hashem destroyed the world by melting the biggest giants into liquid. Learn the horrific details of what happens to a person who desecrates Hashem's name. Learn the details of what will happen to the rich who do not give the appropriate amount of tzedakah, or do not give tzedakah to the appropriate places. Learn what the Chafetz Chaim said about such people. Learn about what Rabbi Akiva saw with his own eyes of people that came to this world, and only he was able to see them burning. The more you learn those things, the bigger the dent you're going to make on that stone of a heart of yours that's connecting to the sins that got people to those places. We'll finalize it with what the prophet Isaiah prophesied to us and what the sages elaborated on it. It will happen as part of the salvation, the good that will happen for all of us that do tshuva, that try our best to overcome the addictions, to overcome the evil, to overcome the heresy that's inside each and every single one of us in some form or another, to overcome the arrogance, the need for sins, to overcome all the things that are against Hashem. The prophet says that HaKadosh Baruch Hu will reward those people. I will cleanse you from your contamination and from all your idols. I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit within you. I will remove the heart of stone from your flesh and give you a heart of flesh. He will change our hearts so that we will accept His word with complete love. Receive it. Receive all of those teachings that scare us, but we need it to constantly remind us what not to do. learning about scary stuff makes you feel good, because either it's warning you from things so you don't do them, or it's giving you encouragement that now that you're doing the good things, this bad stuff won't happen to you. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu promises us that He's going to help us if we help ourselves. We fight our evil inclination a little bit here, and He'll destroy it altogether in the world to come. This too will be a teaching that strengthens each and every single one of us and gives us the courage to continue fighting our own evil inclinations, our own animalistic desires that are out of control, that are forbidden, that are abomination, our own corruption, whether it be in business or in the way we run synagogues and yeshivot, our own corrupt ideologies that are antithetical to the Torah, whether in a single house, synagogue, or an entire community. And Be'ezrat Hashem, we all do enough to earn more truth from the Almighty.
The Yetzer Hara works in all types